Brittney Griner has been in the news a lot lately, so there is a high chance that you have heard of her by now. The towering 6 feet 9 inches WNBA center is making headlines throughout America and the world after being released from a Russian prison in exchange for notorious Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, nicknamed the Merchant of Death. Griner spent just 10 months of her actual 9-year jail sentence in prison before being swapped for Viktor Bout, who also spent just 10 years of an initial 25-year sentence. But why is this particular trade, widely considered one of the most consequential prisoner exchanges between America and Russia since the Cold War, so controversial? And what is the story behind Griner as an athlete, a person, and a prisoner in one of the most hostile places for Americans on Earth? Join us in this video today as we delve deeper into the story of Brittney Griner and why many consider her to be the luckiest athlete of 2022 by far. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to the New Africa Sports channel for more interesting future sports content. Here is the story of WNBA center Brittney Griner, the luckiest athlete of 2022. Brittney Yvette Griner was born on October 18, 1990 in Houston, Texas, to Raymond Griner, a Harris County deputy sheriff and Vietnam War veteran with 2 tours under his belt, and Sandra Griner, a stay-at-home mom. She is the last of 4 children born to the couple. Brittney attended Nimitz High School in Houston, where she played volleyball and basketball. However, it was for the latter sport that she garnered the most attention. She began practicing with the boys' basketball team in her sophomore year and even worked with a football coach to develop her leg strength to prepare her for dunking lessons. Griner became so good at basketball during her college days that a video of her dunking went viral during her junior year. It received millions of views on YouTube and even led to a meeting with the legendary Shaquille O'Neal. Griner led the Nimitz Cougars to the Texas 5A Girls Basketball State Championship game during her senior year, but unfortunately, they lost 52-42 to Mansfield Summit High School. She reportedly dunked 52 times in 32 games as a senior, setting a single-game record of 7 dunks against Aldine High School. She also recorded 25 blocks in a single game against Houston Aleve Hastings, the most ever recorded by a female in a high school game in the U.S. Additionally, she recorded 318 blocks during her 2008-09 season, a single-season record. Griner clearly had all the makings of a future WNBA star, so it came as little surprise to anyone that she was named a WBCA All-American and participated in the 2009 WBCA High School All-America game, leading the team by scoring 20 points and collecting 9 rebounds. Griner graduated college in 2009 and immediately went on a basketball scholarship to Baylor University in Waco, Texas. It did not take long for people to notice her superb defense and offense abilities right from her freshman year. Griner recorded 223 blocked shots as a freshman, setting the all-time single-season record and establishing her as one of the best shot blockers in women's basketball history. She led Baylor University to an NCAA championship in 2012, which capped the team's perfect season. She also picked up the Naismith Award, the Wooden Award as the most outstanding collegiate women's player, and won AP Player of the Year. Many people thought Griner would leave Baylor to enter the WNBA draft, but she chose to stay for the 2012-13 season. Baylor was unsuccessful in its title defense, but their talisman Griner won the Naismith, Wooden, and AP awards again. She ended her collegiate career with 3,283 points, placing her amongst the NCAA's highest ever scorers. Griner was chosen as the #1 overall pick by the Phoenix Mercury in the 2013 WNBA draft, and she made her presence felt immediately. She became the first WNBA player to dunk twice in a game in her professional debut in May 2013. She also blocked an unbelievable 129 shots and helped Phoenix Mercury defeat Chicago Sky to become WNBA champions. Griner also won her first of 2 successive Defensive Player of the Year awards that season. She continued to dominate the WNBA over the next several seasons, and she led in points per game in 2017 and 2019. She also led the WNBA in blocked shots per game from 2013 to 2019. The global pandemic truncated the 2020 season, and the WNBA players were required to quarantine in a bubble. However, Griner left after 12 games due to personal reasons. She returned for the 2021 season and was instrumental in sending the Phoenix Mercury to the championship finals, where they were beaten by the Chicago Sky. During this period, Griner also played on the U.S. women's national team and was a member of the squad that won gold at the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro and the 2020 Games in Tokyo. Her first Olympic gold medal made her one of only 11 players to have won an NCAA title, WNBA title, Olympic gold medal, and FIBA World Cup gold medal. Brittney Griner publicly came out as a lesbian during a 2013 interview with SI.com. She also revealed her bullying experience in that interview and is very passionate about working with children to draw attention to bullying, particularly against LGBT people. She later wrote a memoir with Sue Hovey addressing bullying and self-acceptance, In My Skin, My Life on and Off the Basketball Court, published in 2014. Griner also signed an endorsement deal with Nike, the first time a company had signed an openly gay athlete. Brittney is currently married to Sherelle Griner, 3 years after finalizing her divorce from fellow WNBA player Glory Johnson in 2016. Brittney called for the WNBA to quit playing the national anthem before games in 2020 along with her teammate Breonna Turner. She said she was protesting Breonna Taylor's murder as part of the wider George Floyd protests, but many people regarded the sign as a huge act of unpatriotism. The main question on many people's minds after news of Brittney Griner's arrest and eventual release is, what was she doing in Russia in the first place? Well, to answer in one word, money. It isn't uncommon for WNBA players to regularly go overseas during the WNBA's off-season to earn higher salaries. Griner has been doing so since the 2013-14 season, playing for Chinese side Zhejiang Golden Bulls until 2014 when she signed for Russian team UMNC Ekaterinburg, returning each year to play. Although the WNBA increased its wages, there are salary caps that limit how much each player can earn. However, there are no salary caps in the Russian Women's Basketball Premier League, so top WNBA stars like Griner can expect to earn over $1 million yearly. She embarked on her trip to Russia on February 17, 2022 to play for Ekaterinburg, but was arrested and detained on smuggling charges at Sheremetyevo International Airport. Griner was detained after the Federal Customs Service discovered she was in possession of vaporizer cartridges with less than a gram of hash oil. In Arizona, she had been prescribed medicinal cannabis, which is illegal in Russia. 1 week later, Russia invaded Ukraine, drawing a strong backlash from America, which included the imposition of stringent sanctions. Many saw Griner's arrest as politically motivated, and some American officials expressed concerns that Russia may have been using Brittney Griner as leverage in response to Western sanctions imposed on it for its Ukraine invasion. The media coverage Griner enjoyed after getting arrested inadvertently increased her value as a diplomatic hostage, and Russia was well aware of this. It was reported in May 2022 that America and Russia would consider a prisoner swap, with Russia sending Griner home in exchange for notorious arms dealer Victor Bout, who was in his 10th year of a 25-year federal prison sentence in America. Her trial started in July 2022, and many people were not optimistic about her release due to the worsened diplomatic relations between Russia and America as a result of the former's invasion of Ukraine. Griner pleaded guilty during her trial, but pointed out that the cannabis oil was packed accidentally. She was found guilty of smuggling illegal drugs on August 4, 2022, fined 1 million rubles, and sentenced to 9 years in a penal colony. U.S. President Joe Biden initially approved a possible swap deal to send Viktor Bout back to Russia in exchange for Griner and ex-Marine Paul Whelan. Whelan was arrested for espionage in Moscow in 2018 and sentenced to 16 years imprisonment with hard labor. Many believed he was spying for the United States when he was arrested. Russia wanted to include assassin Vadim Krasikov in a swap deal, but this request complicated the exchange negotiations since Krasikov has been convicted of his crimes in Germany and is currently serving life imprisonment there. Griner was transferred to IK2, a female penal colony in Yavas, Mordovia, on November 17. Fortunately for Griner, she was released by Russia on December 8 in a 1-for-1 prisoner swap for arms dealer Viktor Bout, bringing to an end her near 10-month incarceration in Russia. President Joe Biden signed off on Griner's trade, which occurred in the UAE at Abu Dhabi Airport. The 32-year-old two-time Olympic gold medalist landed in Joint Base San Antonio Lackland in Texas on Friday, December 9, 2022, marking her first day back on American soil after 294 days. Griner immediately underwent physical and mental evaluation at the Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio, Texas. Bout went the other way to Russia, and the successful trade signifies one of the most high-profile prisoner swaps between Moscow and Washington since the Cold War. Everyone was undoubtedly glad to see Griner free and back in her homeland, but there was still a lot of blowback regarding her release, exposing the depths of America's divisions. The political fallout over this high-profile prisoner exchange is massive, with many Americans of the view that the USA was the victim of one of the worst trade deals of all time. For starters, America swapped one of the world's deadliest arms dealers, Viktor Bout, for a 32-year-old WNBA star who was basically just detained for having a gram of cannabis oil. Bout was serving a 25-year sentence at a medium-security prison in Illinois for conspiring to kill U.S. nationals and selling weapons to the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia. As such, many Americans felt the U.S. should have gotten both Brittney Griner and Paul Whelan in exchange for Bout, an iconic figure in the global arms trade notorious for trading in military-grade firearms. However, the White House has responded to these criticisms by suggesting a 2-for-1 swap deal was never on the cards. According to a senior administration official, the choice was bringing Brittney Griner home right now or bringing no one home right now. Some extreme right-wing Americans even questioned Biden's motivations, accusing the president of getting his priorities wrong. They believe Biden had a choice to bring back either Griner or Whelan, and his decision to bring home the former over an ex-Marine was politically motivated. To them, this is a major victory for the Kremlin and a major loss for Washington. Nevertheless, negotiations are reportedly ongoing for Whelan's subsequent release, and more prisoner swaps could happen in the months ahead. For now, there is nothing Griner can do about Whelan since the decision was not up to her in the first place. What she can do is express gratitude to America for the rest of her life for making her the luckiest athlete of 2022, since she could have easily ended up serving her entire sentence and suffering the same fate as Paul Whelan, Mark Fogel, Sarah Krivenek, and other Americans still being held in hostile Russia. That concludes our story on WNBA star Brittney Griner and her horrific ordeal in Russia. If you like this video, you can check out our next one on the career of tennis superstar Serena Williams and how good she was. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the New Africa Sports channel for more interesting future videos. Until next time, it's bye for now.